Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Cricket on Forever Sports. And yesterday, South Africa announced their T20 squad for Pakistan. And very interesting, Heinrich Klaasen has been named as the captain for the series. And before you look into the team itself and all the reasoning, please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner, smash like on the video as well. Let me know in the comments what you think of Klaasen being appointed as the captain as well of the squad. Now, the reason that, first of all, Klaasen is captain, and that is quite a changed squad, and we'll look at it in just a moment, is that the Test series, or the T20 series, finishes on the 14th of February. And the South Africa versus Australia 3-match Test series was originally scheduled to start on the 18th of February, which at this stage hasn't been entirely confirmed. There's no fixture on the website or anything like that. There's no final dates which have been confirmed. But in line with the fact that South Africa will have to quarantine when they get back and undergo certain sort of into a bio bubble, that kind of thing, ahead of the Australian series, pretty much the entire Test squad, or most of the Test squad rather, has been left out of the T20 squad, which is why there's no Quinton de Kock, no Faf du Plessis, no Kagiso Rabada, no Anuk Nokia, no Lungi Ngidi, and quite a few other players. No Aiden Markham, although I don't think he probably would have been in the T20 squad anyway. No Rassie van der Dussen. So yeah, even no Temba Bavuma to a certain extent. So it's quite interesting in that it's a very big test of the depth, because obviously a lot of these players would have normally played in the T20 series, and with the World Cup in September, the T20 World Cup, it would have been a bit of a tricky situation where South Africa ideally want to try and get their strongest T20 side on the field as many times as possible this year, and to try and build up confidence towards the World Cup. Just fix your combinations, find a very settled 11. At the same time, this is such an important Test series coming to Australia. First of all, we've got a big test I'm waiting for us in Pakistan at the moment. The test kicks off in a week's time, next week, Tuesday. But then there's a huge sort of incoming test against Australia. And the last time Australia were here was obviously the whole sandpaper gate. So there's a lot to prove. And Australia, having just gone down to India, have kind of re-established themselves as a really good test side. So it's going to be a very big test for us. And we're going to have a lot to prove. When Steve Smith comes here, David Warner here, they're going to have a lot to prove in the test arena. So we really need to be up for that test. And I think that the selectors and Graham Smith and Mark Boucher are very aware of this, which is why they've kind of chosen to just sort of not necessarily disregard, but prioritize the Test series rather than the T20 series. But it's interesting that Klaasen is captain, because if we look at the squad over here, I'm very surprised that they haven't decided to go with somebody like David Miller, for example, who I would have thought would have been probably a more logical choice potentially for captain. So, I mean, if you look at the squad, so it's a very, very young squad, a very inexperienced squad. There are 4 maiden call-ups, and they are Krutle Kile, Nandre Berger, Ryan Rickelton, and Jacques Sneman. This is the first time they have been called up to the squad. The players that are part of the Test squad that are in the T20 squad are George Linder, Clayton Stearman, Dwayne Pretorius, and Lutus Apamla. So those are the only players part of the Test squad that will continue and stay for the T20 squad. So it's pretty much, your sort of fringe players, the like of Stearman and Lutus Apamla, you sort of reserve seamers. Tabré Shams, you reserve spinner. Dwayne Pretorius, kind of our reserve all-rounder at the moment in terms of the Test arena. So our primary Test 11 is being protected and being sent back here. But there's still some good players in the side, and I think it's a fairly nice balance of experience and some new faces, So you've got the very sort of, Junior Dulla, he's been there and done that. Reza Hendricks, still for me, got quite a lot to prove. George Linder's another one, part of the Test match setup, who will be playing. Hopefully, and we also how effective he was against England. Yannick Milan, very good to have him back on the side. I reckon he'll probably open the batting. Dave Miller, I'm still a big Dave Miller fan. I think he brings a lot to the side. I think he gets unfairly criticised sometimes because he's asked to perform a very difficult job, which is kind of a hit and miss. It really is. I mean, when you're asked to finish an innings and sort of go from ball one, like he has been asked to do, especially in ODI cricket, it'll always be hit and miss, and chances are, it takes a very special player to try and come off multiple times, So Adina Petla acquire that standard. Dwayne Pretorius, Ryan Rickelton, provide a good keeping option there with Heinrich Klaasen. And then Shamsi, is supposed to be touting our next Tahir. What is interesting is that there's no sign of Tahir coming into the T20 squad, despite the fact that he is available for selection and does want to play in the World Cup at the end of the year. And Victor Mpitsang has said that they are aware that he's there, but, kind of just sort of playing around and sort of, I suppose what you're getting with Tahir. But the question is, if he's going to play at the end of the year, we need to see if he still has the ability to play at the highest level. And then John Smuts has a lot of experience there, apart from Million. Clayton Stearman, I was very impressed with him when he had his ODI debut. Probably should have played the test matches. Unfortunately, the injury ruled him out, which saw Lutus Pamela grab the opportunity, and then Jacques Snyman as well getting a chance. So it's it's a big mixture between experience and, well, quite a lot of experience and some fresh new faces. So, I mean, in terms of your 11, we'll look at that close to the time. But you've got to think that people like Lutus Pamela will play, Glenn Stearman will play, Dave Miller will play, Jan Milan will play, George Linda, I'm sure, will play, Reza Hendricks will play. I don't think we're going to see too much of the likes of Ele or Rickleton or even Pat van Binion to a certain degree, or Jacques Snyman. Probably won't see much of Andre Berger either. But yeah, I mean, it's a very big squad, and that's the problem with the COVID sort of situations. You've got these very big squads, whereas usually you only have sort of 13 players in the squad. We're now sitting with a squad of about sort of 18 to 20, which makes it difficult because you've got a lot of players who have to go over there and do the whole thing, and they probably won't get any game time. There are only three T20. So let me know what you think of the squad down below. I think it's an interesting squad. I think there's some big players who I'm very looking forward to seeing and hopefully given a bigger roles. The likes of Jan Milan, George Linda, Lutus Pamela, Tabay Shamsi. They will be sort of the backbone in terms of moving forward players who are still quite young or still have a big role to play. I mean, Shamsi not so much on the young side, but big role to play moving forward past the World Cup and into the coming years. So let me know what you think. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner there. Smash like on the video. We will be covering this series in depth. We'll be doing live watch-alongs for the T20s, which should be a lot of fun. Obviously, we'll be doing lots of coverage for the Test series as well. So make sure you keep it locked on Fair Sports. My name is Steven. Thank you very much for watching.